Welcome back to Forex Signals TV. I'm Shain Vernier, analyst over at forexsignals.com. Today we're going to talk about profitability. And the name of the game, if you're an active trader, is to make money. Well, you're going to need to know these two concepts. Number one is expectancy, and number two is compounded returns. If you can figure out a way to apply a positive expectancy over the long haul, you're guaranteed to be a profitable trader and a success in the markets. So let's get on over to the trading lab. Let's take a look at these two powerful concepts and what it's going to take for you to become the profitable trader that you want to be.
Okay, one of the concepts related to profitability that most beginners completely miss or they don't pay enough attention to is expectancy. Now, expectancy is our anticipated return on a given trade. It can be a profit or a loss. It's what we expect to happen when we buy or sell an asset. And it's calculated as follows. I don't want anybody to get discouraged by the formula. We're not talking about heavy mathematics here, just some basic arithmetic. Follow along. We'll go over each one of the variables in this expression. Right here, you have expected return. Okay, that's expectancy. We take the probability of our positive trade multiplied by our average positive return, subtracted by the probability of our negative trade, multiplied by our average negative return. Now, it's fairly straightforward. It really isn't too in-depth. To illustrate, let's take a look at a real-world example. Sometimes that can help us put this in more manageable terms. Assume that you're trading the Great Britain pound USD. Your probability of a positive trade is 30%. Your average positive trade is 90 pips, and your average negative trade is 30 pips. What is your expectancy? As you can see right here, your expected return, 30%, that's our winning percentage, multiplied by our average positive return, subtracted by our losing percentage, which is 70%, multiplied by our average loss. As you can see from this example, our expectancy is 6 pips. It's a positive 6 pips. This is a positive expectation trade. That means no matter if we're going long, if we're going short, when we buy or sell the Great Britain pound USD, our track record tells us that we have a 6 pip expectancy, and that's not bad in the live market. There's one other way that I view expectancy and veteran traders view expectancy that many rookie traders don't. They think just in terms of pips and not necessarily in cash. It's important as an active trader to always think of things in financial terms. Where's your account balance? How's your performance doing? We should always never lose track of we're trading real money, and it's important to understand what we're doing impacts our cash balance. So let's take a good look right here. Expectancy can also be a percentage of your trading account. Essentially, we're looking at the same formula. Expected return, probability of a positive trade multiplied by our average return, subtracted by probability of a negative trade multiplied by our average negative return. Except this time, we're going to divide our result there by our account balance. These are going to be in financial terms. Our average positive trade is going to be in dollar terms. Our average negative trade is going to be in dollar terms, or pound or euro or whatever your account denomination is. Let's take a look at an example and show you just what I mean. Okay, assume that you're trading the Great Britain pound USD. Your probability of a positive trade is 30%, your average gain is 150, and your average negative trade is 50. Your trading account balance is 500. So in cash terms, as a proportion of your account balance, what is your expectancy? 30%, that's our winning percentage, multiplied by our average return, which is $150, subtracted by our losing percentage, which is 70%, multiplied by our average loss, which is 50, divided by our account balance, which is 500. Our expectancy in this instance is a positive 2%. So we always want to focus on those trades that have positive expectancies, whether it's in pip terms or in percentage terms. Now let's take a look at what happens when we have a positive expectation trade and we couple that with the power of compounded returns. Okay, now that we've gone over the concept of expectancy and what it is to have a positive expectation every time you enter the market, let's talk about the power of compounding. Compounding returns are the mechanism by which we can build a small amount of capital into a large amount of capital. Let's take a look at the definition. The power of compounding. Compound returns are the cumulative financial impact of a group of winning or losing trades. So if we have a run of winners, it's our maximum, our high water mark. If we have some losers, it's our maximum drawdown. And that's all it is. Now, positive expectancy turns loose the power of compounded returns. When we know that we're going to enter the market and we know that there's a very good chance that we're going to be profitable over the long run, our compounding returns really make it, they turn the odds in our favor all of a sudden our $500 account or $1,000 account has an ability to really grow with a positive trajectory over time. Let me show you how with a few spreadsheets. We have to look at the numbers to really dive into this and unpack this idea properly. This is just a basic look at a few trades. This is a 12 trade sample set. You have an expectancy of 2% per trade. Your account balance is a modest $500, just right from our example earlier. And you can see over time how this works. 2% of 500 is 10. Now we've got an account balance of $510. We keep growing. We keep growing. Now our average return is 11. Down here, after 9 trials, our average is 12, and so on and so forth, theoretically into perpetuity. The biggest thing that I want to point out here is look at your compounded gain. Over 12 trades, which many of you do in a morning. If you're an intraday trader, if you're a swing trader, it may take you several months to get 12 trades. No matter what, your compounded gain is $122 or 24%, roughly 24%. So that's a robust return over a small period of time or a small sample set with a minimal expectancy. Let's take a look at what happens when we talk about a more real world type of example. I know a lot of folks are prop traders nowadays and they're going through an evaluation process. Well, this right here is really a good look at how a very small 2% expectancy can add up over time, specifically with a significant account balance such as $5,000. So we've got our same 12 trade sample set. We've got our same expectancy of 2%. And you can see the way that our account balance goes. Boom, 100. Now notice the trajectory per trade is now rising. Each trade, it's not static. And now you've got 110, 113, 115. And once we get down to about that 8 mark or that 10 mark, you'll notice that our gains are growing larger. So what can we really say about this table and this chart? Our return, take a look at our return, $1,200, 24%. So this is key. I mean, these are key concepts. It doesn't take a tremendous amount of money to grow over time when we talk about the positive expectancy and the compounding returns. And I'll show you what every trader wants to see, whether you're a new trader or an old trader. You want to see a profit curve that goes just like that. Slow and steady wins the race. We're growing over time until we have that trading account balance that really facilitates some big time returns on a daily basis. Now, I have some bad news for you. Unfortunately, that's not real life. This is not how it works. Every profit curve has peaks and valleys. There's a concept called variance, meaning even though we know we have a positive 2% expectancy over the long run, in the short run, we don't really know how it's going to pan out. We may have a run of consecutive losers or consecutive winners. Let's take a look at how we address the concept of variance and really the problem posed by variance in the live market. And it's something called the Monte Carlo simulation. So let's get to it. Okay, well, we all want that profit curve to be a positive 45 degrees. We want us to have a positive build over time. That just isn't the way that it works. We have to anticipate some variance in our return structure, some peaks and valleys in that trading account. One way that we can get a good idea of what to expect over the long haul from our strategy and our expectancy is with the Monte Carlo simulator. Now, a Monte Carlo simulation is a model used to predict the probability of various outcomes when variables are present. Now, make no mistake, the second point is key. Assigning multiple values to an ambiguous variable is complex. It's exceedingly complex. This is one of those that we can't really just sit down with a pen and a paper and calculate. We're going to need a little bit of help. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's check out a really easy example, though, something that illustrates the power of variable returns. Now, this is our basic 12 trade sample set. And you'll see this time we have an expectancy from negative 2% to 2%. Why? That's our essential one-to-one risk versus reward. If we understand our positive expectancy, if we have a positive expectancy and we want to risk that on each and every trade, this would represent that one-to-one risk versus reward relationship. As you can see, the returns are variable. We have a collection of break-even returns, we have a collection of negative returns, and we have a collection of positive returns. And you'll also notice the way that this schedule plays out, the way our returns play out, are very, very random as well. So while we may still have a positive expectancy over time, we don't necessarily know how our account's going to ebb and flow on our way to profitability. One thing I would highlight is our return in this sequence of 12 is still right around, still above our expectancy, 2.9%, even though we've lost some trades and we've darn sure broken even on more than one. So how do we account for this? How do we account for these peaks and valleys? This is a more accurate representation of what you're going to see in the live market. You've got nice high water marks, and then you've got troughs. You've got peaks, you've got troughs. And this is a relatively tame example. These can be very, very dramatic. Well, the biggest thing I want you to remember is that they're automated. We have tools that can help you execute Monte Carlo simulations, and let's take a look at one right now. Really, this is one of our tools that we like to use. It's what the Monte Carlo method in Forex, and you can see it really is just point and click. So if we want to, you can run any scenario you like in here. If you want to do the scenario we just had, where we go with a $5,000 account balance, we want to risk our 2% risk per trade. We know that our winning trade percentage is somewhere around 30%. Our break-even trades, let's say they're somewhere around, I don't know, 15%. And our average number of trades per month, we could do this on a monthly basis or just by a trade basis. Let's just say that we're going to make 30 trades in a month, in 1 month. Take a profit stop loss ratio. Let's just set up a nice 2% to win 2%, just like in our example. And let's simulate our returns. And you'll see we get a nice structured report here. It's very, very simple to read. You can see there's our profitability matrix. You can see exactly where we're in the money, exactly how bad the drawdowns are. And this is the biggest thing to remember is we only looked at one variable, one slate of variable returns. This Monte Carlo is running thousands and thousands and thousands of these things. So we understand what's possible. And you can see right here, we've got probably a maximum gain somewhere up there around 5,400. We've also got 4,200 somewhere down in here. 4,250 would be our negative. Most of our returns are right in the center. So maybe we want to revisit our money management here. Maybe we want to apply more trades, maybe less trades to try to improve the efficacy of our strategy. Even if we have that 2% positive expectancy, we need to know how our account balance is going to ebb and flow. This Monte Carlo simulator can really help you do that. Then you can see right here, it gives you a great expense report. So right here that we're showing a negative return, we may need to dive in and manipulate our parameters just a bit. So the biggest thing to remember, really all in all, is number one, these are simulated. Number two, compound returns are powerful. If you have a positive expectancy, you can weather any economic storm. So remember, small edge applied over time, that small account can really grow into a large one.
In the live markets, always remember this: you play the game on your own terms. I don't care if you're a scalper, a day trader, or a swing trader. You always spin the odds in your favor. Get that positive expectancy, apply it over time, and you will be a success in the markets. No questions asked. In any case, I love making these videos for you guys. Be sure to give us a shout out below, critiques, pats on the back, whatever. It's all the same to me. Be sure to check us out on the socials. Also hit the subscribe button if you like what we're doing here. You get that email blast right to your inbox every time we make a move. So until next time, be sure to trade the action well, and we'll talk soon. See ya.